basically...
What the hell is that?
I'm sorry. Well...
Welcome to the Will and Thunder Show. Ridiculous.
Welcome to the Will and Thunder Show.
All right, guys. So, what song we got going on from Switchblade Serenade?
This song's called Alive at Night. These guys are really, really good. I'm excited to talk to them here in a few minutes. And we'll be right back on the Will and Thunder Show with Switchblade Serenade. Welcome back to the Will and Thunder Show. This is William Telltale. I got Thunder here with me. That song was badass. What do you think, Thunder?
Yeah, well, that was awesome, man. That was completely awesome, man. That kicked ass, man.
Yeah, that reminded me of stuff that was back, that was awesome back when we were when we were
kids, man. In our ages 17 to 20 right there. That was, oh man, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, we've got one of the guys here. Who we got?
Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
How we doing, man?
Hey, what's up? We got all three of us here.
Hello.
Oh,
Right
cool.
on, man. All three. Rock on, man. Well, this is a trio right here. You guys started from different bands, from what I understand. I'm trying to read a little bit on your bio right there, and guys just kind of found each other, man.
Yeah, we were all in separate bands before we met each other, and it just didn't really work out, which was kind of a good thing for us because, now we have this band and we're pretty happy with it.
Well, right on. What are you guys' age group at?
What?
How old are you guys, man? What age group are you?
Ed, how old are you?
21.
I'm 18. And I'm 18.
Wow, man.
Cool.
You guys are some young guys here, man, but you guys are playing some killer music from back in the day, man. How'd you guys get hooked up with that style of music? You got the Motley Crue and everything just kind of, yeah, man.
I don't know. Do you want to say Ed or Luke? Well, how did you get introduced to this?
When I was young, I was always around 80s rock and roll type Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, stuff like that, and that was always my favorite. So I wanted to play that, and that's pretty much how I think we all got into it. Pretty much, it's just exposure at a young age.
That's awesome, man. So the bands that you guys were in before this, did you guys play metal music like this as well?
Yeah, it was kind of more rock, the band I was in, but yeah, I don't know. What about you, Ed?
You gotta ask me. Mine was just a joke, but I don't like talking about my old band.
It's all good, man. It's all
We're not
good.
asking you to talk crap about them. We're just, just what kind of music did they play versus what you're playing now? What do you like playing better?
It was still metal, but it wasn't me. I was just kind of looking for people to jam with at the time.
Yeah.
I got you. Well, the three guys from the band, all right, vocals and guitar, your names, Austin Jaser or Jasser, how do you pronounce that?
Jaser, yeah.
All right, and then on drums, it's Luke Barone, right?
Yes.
And then on bass, Ed, how do you say your last name? Is that Mandevil or Mandevil?
You said it perfect the first time, Mandevil.
You're the Mandevil. That's awesome, man. Love bass players, man. I'm one myself.
Awesome.
Mandevil. That's gotta that deserved a little applause.
Yeah, that's awesome right there, man.
That could have
right
been
on my
the name of the
knuckles.
band. that could have been the name of the band, really. Mandevil.
Nah.
Yeah, it'll never happen because they'll never name a band after the bass player, you sorry guitar players.
That's he does have a point there.
It's always the lead singer or the guitar player who gets the band name after Van Halen. Come get out of
What
here.
about Winger?
You can be called Jaser.
Winger.
He was a singer. He wasn't a bass player.
He was their bass player.
I understand, but he flew it like a rocket ship toy. He never played the thing. Anyway. Well, guys, welcome to the show, man. And we really love your music, man. It's just nice to hear some, fresh blood in the metal scene, having some young guys who want to, get this out there. I mean, it's awesome, man. I saw the video you guys have for your new song off your new album. Man, it's old school, man. It's something that you'd see on old Friday Night Lights or on, MTV. The video was really good, man. It was awesome.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
And we're glad you like it. And we just want to thank you guys for having us.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
You're
Our
welcome,
pleasure.
man. That's what we're for. We don't want to. We're not going to turn down a national band, but we're all about the little guys.
Yeah,
the up and comers, man. And I really hope that. You guys' album went on sale January this year?
Yeah, January 10th.
Right, and it's the name of the album's Alive at Night. Switchblade Serenade. You guys can find it on Amazon, CD Baby. Where else can I find it?
iTunes, SwitchbladeSerenade.com, our website.
Well, right on.
Get it directly.
Yeah, this is actually
get it directly from them because if you get it from like iTunes or whatever, they're only going to get a small percentage of the money. But if you get it from SwitchbladeSerenade.com, they get more money.
They get it all. Yeah, that's right.
And you get a hard copy.
That's right. And you actually get the hard copy that way. You get the little book inside the bios. You get to know the band a little bit better that way.
True.
That's true.
So, where are you guys playing? Where are you guys from?
Oh, we're from New Haven, Connecticut.
New Haven, Connecticut, man. The video, where were you guys at? New York City?
Yeah, that was just in New York.
And it says that you guys have been touring all over the East Coast, up and down. So where are your next tour dates coming to?
We're in the process of booking right now, but we have some New York shows coming up.
Friday.
Yeah, Friday, actually. We're playing in New York. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
So,
that's awesome.
we're playing
the man forgets about a New York gig.
I would have remembered.
Sooner or later, be like, oh, it's Thursday. What do I got to do tomorrow? Oh, yeah, New York. That's right. So how do you guys get around? You guys travel? You guys got your own little bus or whatever that you guys go around in? And
yeah, we have a van.
1993 Chevy conversion van. Nothing wrong with that at all. Back in the day, Will and I used to rock it in a Econoline, Ford Econoline conversion van.
Nice.
They're beautiful, man. 1983, that's right.
These guys weren't even born then.
I know.
But that's a great point. I mean, one of the I write for Sleaze Roxx, the SleazeRoxx.com, and the guy that wrote them up, I'm going to read the last paragraph of their write-up on Sleaze Roxx. This wasn't mine. I wish it was mine because these guys are awesome, and but I would have loved to have reviewed it. But this is the last paragraph. All jokes aside, Alive at Night is a badass record from a young and hungry band, and I'm sure that there are great things ahead for Switchblade Serenade. These guys might not have even been born when grunge was taking over the mainstream in the early 90s, and in the process they're living proof that rock and roll never dies. It just gets fresh blood and new disciples every now and then, like Switchblade Serenade. And the guy that wrote that was Nick Belmore from Sleaze Roxx.
And that's well said because, I mean, that's it right there. And I'm glad to see. And the more that we've done this show and we've talked to more people, you do notice a little bit more of the old metal style coming back. You guys are right there. You got it 100%. You guys have the old school metal feel. And it's nice to hear that. I mean, your guitar riffs are crunchy and raw. Solos are so well put together. You got a great rhythm section kicking there. It sounds really great. And I noticed that you play just a modest kit right there.
Yeah.
Or on the video you did. And I love that because that's the show of a true drummer. Someone who can take 4, 5, 6 drums and 4 cymbals. You don't have to have the full Gibraltar cage and kit and all that.
No.
I mean, it's just awesome right there. And that shows true talent right there.
Oh, thanks, man.
So did you guys submit your CD to Sleaze Roxx, or how they wound up getting it?
I don't think so. I think they just came across it because I never remember submitting it or anything, and I don't think you guys didn't, right? No.
I don't even know how to use the internet.
Well, you know what? That's even better that the guy stumbled across it because what happens is a lot of bands will send their stuff into Sleaze Roxx, and the people that review for it, like me or like Nick Belmore or any of the other people that write for it, they'll, we go into the online folder and just pick and choose who we want to write about. And I mean, there's 2 bands on Sleaze Roxx right now that I've reviewed to where they're bands that I just kind of came across and reviewed it and sent it in and they put it up. But still, I mean, to have been more or less, just stumbled across, like you put it, that's awesome.
Thanks, man. Yeah,
it's a quick question, man. Oh, go ahead, man.
Oh, no, you can say your question.
How did you guys come up with the name? Now, with me doing my research today, in the last couple of days, I've come across a band that has a song called Switchblade Serenade. And I wonder if that had anything to do with the name.
It kind of did, but it didn't really because I kind of thought of the name before I even knew that a band was using it as a song. And so I kind of I thought of the name and then I was doing some research on it and I was kind of like, oh, well, this band used it as a song, but I didn't really think much of it.
They know we use the name too. They're cool with it.
Yeah.
Now, the name of the band, what is it, War Eagle or?
Oh, Spread Eagle, I think.
Spread Eagle, thank you, yeah. And the song, I don't know where the band is from or when the song came out, but, I mean, it's a metal song, too. I mean, it's straight up old school metal. And I was like, man, that's a pretty cool song right there. And I was wondering if that's where the name had come from. But you had come up with that first, and doing the research, you found that song, which is kind of cool that there it is right there, and it kind of, you know, goes along with the direction you guys are heading musically.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing about it is even the Switchblade itself is 80s.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I used to have one.
Yes, I did too.
I think
everybody in the 80s had one.
Yeah.
Even back in the 80s, before you could get a Switchblade, you'd have a Switchblade comb, which you guys have no idea what that is, but yeah. You know?
You just take the blade out.
I used one of those.
The Switchblade comb?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, man. I remember being in 6th, 7th grade, yeah. Exactly. So, now that you guys have been, you know, on your tours here and you're going around, how far south have you gotten?
Luke, would you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, well, we haven't really gotten, like, we've gotten, like halfway down the coast, but over the summer, like, we're planning on hitting the road, like, around August, and we just want to, like, shoot all the way down to Florida, come back, and then hopefully later in the year head out west.
Oh, that's
right
awesome. You stay in touch with me. I'll get you guys booked in North Carolina.
Oh, sweet, man.
Thank you.
Cool. Well, do you have a manager?
Right now, we're kind of self-managed, but we're in talks with different people.
Okay, that's cool.
Understood.
Yeah, it's all up in the air kind of right now.
Yeah, pretty much everything you see right now is produced by us. Like, we're working on, like, some other, like, management of people, but nothing is set in stone yet.
No signatures.
I got you. Now, speaking of signatures, have you guys...
Hold on, you guys produced the album yourself, too?
Well, we did some producing, but Nick Belmore, who we did the album with, he produced it as well.
Oh, okay. He's the guy that did the review for Sleaze Roxx.
Oh, he did?
Nick. Oh wait, no, my bad.
No, yeah, this is the drummer of Toxic Holocaust.
Okay, yeah, okay. I read it wrong. Here I am giving Nick Belmore credit for doing that review. It was it was reviewed by Fat Peter.
Ah.
There's a big difference there. And Thunder, don't worry about it. I'm going to go ahead and give myself the axe.
Better you than me, man. Better you than me.
I deserve that.
Have you guys... You do deserve that constantly, but anyway, on a lighter note here, have you guys had anybody talking to you about, you know, signatures or anything? You said nobody's signed on anything, but have you guys been approached by anybody about your music, maybe getting signed or anything on that aspect?
We can't really say much right now.
Understood. I understand. There's some technicalities legally that we're not allowed to elaborate on that situation right now. But congratulations.
Exactly.
So, right on, guys. But anyway,
well, we've got a couple
out of the bag yet.
We've got one or two of those of our own. So
yeah,
we've
never
got
happened to happen.
Too.
Yeah, that's right. You know, things in the works, right? You know. They don't want to throw any cogs in the wheels right there. You know, if they're starting to roll okay right now, let's just leave it like that.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Have you guys seen the movie This Is Spinal Tap?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Okay, then you guys really are true metalheads, and we love you.
Love you too.
We have a little segment that we like to do here with bands called Spinal Tap Moments, where we like to get the band to talk about the crazy, things that happen to them on stage or in the recording studio or wherever. Like you guys could be talking. I mean, they were sitting in a Denny's when Nigel told them to build the 18-inch statue instead of 18 feet. But let's do go ahead and do the Spinal Tap segment. We've got a little intro for that, and then when it stops, you guys could just go ahead and tell us about yours.
Ooh. 0 to 11. What conference, Zach? I guess I got a bunch of kick myself.
Spinal Tap. Fell off stage.
What's wrong with his sexy?
He died. He died in a bizarre gardening accident. Spontaneous. about this year.
Hello, Cleveland! Hello, Cleveland!
All right, let's have it.
All right, who wants to go first?
Me?
Yeah.
All right. We started using boxes, but we didn't have the mats for them, and I'm jumping around playing bass. And I'm just going crazy, and I jumped on the box, and the box completely slid off, and I went, like, bass first into the drum kit, and ended up, like, getting it chipped out of my Thunderbird headstock, and I'm on the floor playing, and we still finished the song, though.
That's beautiful. That's what I'm talking about.
I didn't really have anything like too crazy happen to me like yet, knock on wood, but just a bunch of different times like I've been like playing like some double bass drum riff and then like a beater flies out of my pedal and I gotta play the whole thing like double time on my left foot and it's just totally just messed up.
That's not too bad actually, and I'm just letting you know. You're lucky so far, because something worse will happen.
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for it, but I don't know. I always try to prepare myself for the worst. I have like backup everything, always ready to go.
That's very, very smart. One of our greatest moments for our drummer, Spinal Tap moment, he broke a drum head on his snare, and his spare was an hour away, so we had to duct tape the drum head, and he played on that for an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes till we got it replaced.
And it sounded like
I got another one. So it's probably like this is like way. Actually, I think it happened. I don't know, maybe like a year or two ago. We were playing a show and like this is like all right. So a lot of times like venues just have rugs for the drummers right there to set up on, and I didn't. I thought that the venue would have a rug, and I didn't bring mine, but they didn't. So you pretty much just hit the kick drum and it would fly like right in front of you. So I had to like stop like after a song and then just like duct tape everything down.
What band you went to?
That was before you were in the band.
Oh, no, it happened again?
Yeah, it happened twice actually at Dewey's when we played with Tesla.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, I have a story. We were playing a gig at this place, and I think it was it Waterbury, Connecticut?
Yeah.
And they were serving food there.
Oh, come on.
And what?
We all got sick that one.
No. Well, I don't know if we're thinking of the same story, but
You go.
they're serving food there, and I like potato salad, and they were like, we have potato salad, so I ordered some. And I'm eating the potato salad, and it's really good. And out of nowhere, like, I start to like feel this really like sharp like stuff in my mouth, and like it almost felt like my mouth was getting cut. I like spit out onto a napkin, and the venue had glass in their potato salad.
That doesn't sound like a Spinal
man.
Tap. Well, actually, you know what? That is a Spinal Tap moment.
I was like, I just didn't understand how that happened.
You know, this was not during a show, but yeah, same thing. I was ordered some food from a place. I'm sitting there eating, and all of a sudden I bite down on something. One of the screws that were holding them like sheet metal together at their restaurant had broken off, and half of the screw was in my food.
Oh.
Like to break a tooth on it. It was ridiculous, man. You're like, oh, what the hell is this? That's horrible. That's a horrible feeling right there.
Yeah, it's not good. And then I just didn't want to eat anything for the rest of the day. But Ed, what was your story you were thinking of? Or we all got sick?
I was thinking about when we played All Stars, I think. We all ate like these like big meaty burgers and just got wrecked for the show, and it was just
See, my stomach, that wasn't good.
Yeah.
It wasn't good at all, huh?
Especially
right when the set finished, I just threw my guitar down and ran straight to the bathroom.
But the funny thing is, you sit there and throwing your guitar right there, everybody in the crowd was like, oh, that was so cool, look at him. He doesn't even care, he just threw his guitar. You know, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're like, oh, I feel like shit.
Speaking story.
Oh, I remember that. We were playing in New York, and I always kind of have a Red Bull with me just to keep me energized, like kind of during a set or something. And I had it down kind of next to my amp, and the cable hit it and spilt it everywhere, and it was like going like onto my amp, and I had to like take our set list with just like the sheet of paper and try and wipe it all up during the middle of the song so I didn't ruin the amp.
I think it was actually the middle of a solo, and I'm playing bass, and I look over, and I'm seeing you cleaning the floor with the set list, and I'm just dying.
Oh man, there's you're talking about throwing the guitar down and walking off stage. That of course happened in the movie Spinal Tap as well. But we were in a band where that happened. Thunder and I were.
Yes.
I was the singer, and I also played guitar. But at the time, that band was a 5-piece, and I was just the singer. And well, we had this guitar player that didn't like showing up for practices, and we had this new song that we were going to be playing at this show that we had coming up. He's like, "Don't worry about it, I'll get it." He shows up at the practice the night before. He's like, "Oh, don't worry about it, I'll have it. Well, he didn't have it. And he just he kept messing up and everything, and finally he just got really pissed off and pulled the guitar off of him and threw it down just like Nigel did, and he stormed off stage and, ran outside and everything, and, well, we were a 4-piece from then on out.
Ever since that, that's right.
Wow. That's crazy, but you should have known the song.
That's exactly. Well, and talking about drummers and with your drum kit sliding around, we were playing a show where they made a drum riser out of, lunchroom tables. And they had 2 of them put together. So they're 6 foot long, and they're about, 3 feet wide. So, you got a 6x6 drum riser here. But they're not really stable. Well, we were playing a show, and we're playing, and it was like the 3rd song into the set or what so have you. And I guess the same thing had been going on. Now, our drummer had a double kick, the double bass and full kit and everything, and we're playing. And next thing I know, the guitar had stopped and the vocals had stopped, and I don't hear any drums. I'm the only one playing. I turn around, and our drummer's right side of his kit had slid off the edge of this table. And his ride cymbal had fallen over, and the top of the cymbal stand had pierced through an Ovation guitar. We were about 17 at the time, 16, 17. This was like a $1,200 guitar.
It wasn't even ours.
It wasn't even ours.
We had borrowed it.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, half the drum kits got it. And I just turned around and I looked, and I'm glad I turned around because I know the expression on my face would have scared everybody in the crowd right there, because I was like, what just happened here? But we made it through that, We've had some very big Spinal Tap moments. That's just our luck, though. So I hope you guys don't have to go through all that, but just be ready for it. It will happen sooner or later.
Yeah, it makes it interesting, I guess.
It's all a part of the game, man. And you know what? It's fun, man. It's fun.
Yeah. It's just the worst when gear breaks. And shit like that.
Yeah, and it's going to happen. You'll be in the middle of a solo, and you're going to break a string, or, it's always something, man.
Well, that doesn't count. That's not a Spinal Tap moment. That's life. That's like
exactly.
That happens all the time.
Walking off the stage backwards, a Spinal Tap moment.
Yeah.
That kind of when we were playing in Rhode Island.
That kind of falls in the category of getting stuck in the pod.
Yeah, I actually got stuck in a bunch of drum bags.
I fell off the stage one time.
Oh, I got a good one. So we were playing at this pretty big venue around here in New Haven, and they have a really big stage, it's their main stage, and upstairs they have this small shitty cafe thing, and we got put up there show, and I used to rock to totally 80s two Chinas up above, and I just wail on them, and one of them. So I hit one of them, and I was just beating the shit out of it, and then it fell back and almost crashed through a window on the 2nd story. It was probably less than a foot from going right through a window and landing on the sidewalk.
Dude, do you remember the guy at that show that was you guys have to play quieter, you're being too loud, and we were like, okay, and then we just played louder.
Really? Those kind of people kill me look,
what do you expect for a band?
20% quieter?
He was like, I thought it was 40%.
Yeah. Can you guys play 40% quieter? Fuck you.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, guys, turn it up, all right? China Boy, that's my favorite symbol of all time. It's like hitting a garbage can lid. I love the sound of a China Boy.
Dude, I love Chinas, man.
Mm-hmm. Especially with that style of music where you do a break, and then the bass and the drummer, you hit a little note right there. It's bah, 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 oh, man. That China Boy just kills it.
Yeah, I love them. They're like my favorite symbols. I know a lot of guys don't like them, but they're fun.
Yeah,
I like Chinese food. Oh, pork massacre.
Who said that?
What?
Talking about China Boy, you got the other guy there that says, "I like Chinese food." That would have to be the bass player, was I right?
No, well, kind of. It was a mixture between me and Austin.
Yeah, it said the pork massacre part.
Yeah.
We had to show that last night.
Oh man, pork massacre is the best.
And it's like Switchblade Serenade code for pork fried rice.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, guys. You said when we were emailing back and forth, you said, like, okay, well, we've never really done anything like this before. You guys are doing just fine. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, you guys are great guests, man. You're just rolling with the punches, man, having a good time, not missing a beat. It's awesome, man.
Thanks. We're happy to do it.
Don't get used to this though, because this is one thing that we like to be different about on our show. We're not the same boring interview. So what's next for the band? How did you?
Exactly.
Yeah. We're going to ask those questions, but we're going to have fun while we do it.
And we're going to do it a different way. Like who was the one guitar player that you heard the first time said, "Oh, I got to have a guitar." And that's what everybody's going to ask you. But they're not going to be in a cool way, like, "Hey, man, when you were sitting there one day, what made you get to where you're at right now, man?" Each of you, got to have somebody or someone in your life that was listening to this kind of music that pushed you, or you set off a light in your head, going, "Wow, man, that's awesome, man. That's what I want to do."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Trying to think. What kind of got me into guitar playing was my dad. He was like listening to Led Zeppelin, I think, and he just kind of showed me it, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." And then I was like, "What other guitar players are there that you could show me?" And he was like, started showing me some Guns N' Roses stuff, and I kind of knew some of their songs already, but I didn't know that much about them. And so my dad, he showed me Sweet Child of Mine, and I was like, "Oh, I've heard this song before," but I never remembered hearing the solo. And then when I found out that guitar solo, I was like, "Oh wow, this is awesome! I want to learn to play like that." So Slash kind of started it all, but then from there I've been getting into other people and other guitarists as well.
But see, that's awesome because that's what I really like about this style of music, that iconic sound of where you have that guitar solo. I remember, Will and I have talked this before with different musicians, is when you have a song like that where the guitar solo is as important as the lyrics, and you know the guitar solo, and you'll sing the song, and when it comes to the guitar solo, you're singing the guitar solo. It's that iconic, and it's that powerful. It's that much part of the song. That's what I really miss about music today. There's a lot of good bands out there, but you don't have guitar solos anymore.
Oh, and if you do, how many people shred, I feel.
Yeah, they might have 3 seconds here or a little bridge or something, but it's not like that, 2 minute, here's what I can do. Eddie Van Halen, Slash, And Guns N' Roses, that was one of my favorite bands growing up, man. I got to see them live. It was unbelievable.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was a great
they were
concert.
ridiculous.
They were ridiculous.
Yeah.
I feel even more nowadays, not that many guitar players, they don't have as much feel in their playing. I feel like it's either they just try and shred as much as they can, or there are no shreds.
Well, you used to be able to, back in the day, you used to be able to turn on the radio, and just based on the sound of the guitar or the singer's voice, you could tell, hey, that's Poison, that's Motley Crue, that's Rat, that's Dokken, that's, whoever. Yeah, but nowadays,
right.
Everybody sounds, I can't, everybody sounds, like the mold is Nickelback, and everybody sounds like that. And that's, I think
I won't go that far. You can still tell a little bit, but there's not the feeling, there's not the degree of technicality anymore. It's more based on guitar riffs and just, the chunkier the sound, and that's it, especially with the drop D and this, there's a lot of similarity to the music. The 7 strings, which has kind of died out too. You don't see a lot of bands doing that anymore, but that's the whole grunge thing, which I'm not a fan of, but there was certain bands that I liked in the grunge era. But it's nice to have this kind of music back, because this is, it's true metal. This is where it should have never died, in my opinion.
Yeah. I like Alice in Chains, but I don't like much from the grunge era. But
But
Even
Alice
like
in Chains isn't a grunge band. They had the only reason that they hit it big when they did was because they were also from Seattle and they were really good. Alice in Chains is a metal band.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. The only reason they got the grunge name attached to them is because parts of their vocals have that little bit of sound. What's the word I'm looking for? Like Days of a New. Not the whiny part. The deep guttural. Yeah.
No, well, yeah. Eddie Vedder.
The Eddie Vedder sound, exactly.
Yeah.
And, Alice in Chains is one of my favorite bands. Actually, in the same era, which is another band that was a metal band, not a grunge band, was, speaking of Eddie Vedder, they made Days of the New, not Days of the New, but, I can't. Thank you very much. My brain stopped working there for a minute. It happens once in a while when you get my age.
Once in a while?
Hey, guys, do me a favor. I want you guys to close your ears right now because, I'm going to send him a death wish. And if he dies tonight, I don't want you guys to have to take time off the stage and go to court and all that if he does pass away and be, part of the whole court thing. But anyway, no. Yes, Soundgarden, the same thing. They weren't a grunge band. They were another metal band.
Well, they were a lot more grunge than, they were closer to metal than they were to grunge, but they had a lot more grunge sound to them than Alice in Chains did.
I agree. They definitely weren't Nirvana which people love or hate Nirvana.
Yeah, there's no in between. Well, with people that were born in the 70s, there's no in between. You either liked them or you hated them.
Right.
Yeah. It's all opinion.
Yeah.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Now, Ed, what got you into playing bass, man? What made you just sit and go, man, this is what I want to do, man?
I don't know. A lot of the music I listened to was kind of bass-driven. I was really into punk and shit like that, so it just kind of flew with it.
Really? So you were listening to punk music, man. What kind of bands were you listening to?
Well, the biggest band that I got to say that got me straight into playing music, not just listening to it, would be Bullets and Octane.
All right, man. What about like you're gonna go punk, man. What about like the Misfits and you ever listen to stuff like that?
I have a Fiend Club skull on my foot.
Oh, nice.
Really? Nice. Yeah. Love it, man. Hey, I love a lot of punk music too. I like the bands. You ever heard of Suicidal Tendencies?
Of course.
One of my favorite bands, man. Trulio, I think he's a genius bass player. I don't think he fits with Metallica very well, but back in the day, old school Suicidal Tendencies is one of my favorite bass players of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Do you play any slap bass?
Not really. The people that I, kind of take my styling after would be more, everybody says Nikki Sixx, and, that was more just for the look, I guess. But Duff McKagan, Billy Sheehan, Rachel Bolan, like those guys.
What about Michael Anthony from Van Halen?
Of course. How could I not throw him in?
I was just testing you in your past.
All right, now I have a question, guys. Now, what do you guys think about Iron Maiden?
I like Iron Maiden.
How can you not?
One of the best bass players to ever live, right there.
Steve Harris is my favorite bass player.
Look, now I don't play with a pick. I play I just straight fingers, man. And that some gun can play with 4 fingers, and he's just ridiculous bass player in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I did say ridiculous.
No,
Machine guns, man.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I took a summer and just listened to Iron Maiden for I think 2 months straight just to try to understand his bass playing a little bit more.
Yeah, you did say one name that I don't. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Will.
No, you go ahead. I lost it.
You said one name as a bass player that I don't agree with you with.
Who?
Billy Sheehan.
You don't like him?
I like the guy, and I think he should get 2 more strings and play lead guitar if that's what he wants to do. If you want to play bass, play bass.
Oh, come on. I love it.
Look, man, you listen to me real quick, all right? There's a difference between a bass player and a show-off. And that's all he does is he shows out, man. If you're going to play, find me a drummer that plays like that. If you're a bass player, play with your drummer, keep up with your guitar player, have fun, and kick ass, but you don't have to be a lead guitar player. They already have one on the stage. It just makes he's good. Don't get me wrong. He's fast. But if you want to play bass and you want to show out,
he's in a band with a drummer that can play like that. Mark Portnoy, the Winery Dogs. You need to pick that
yeah,
out.
Now he is. But we're talking back in the day, and not everybody can play like Mike Portnoy, excuse me. Now, if you want to show out and be a bass player, Les Claypool's a man.
All right.
Now that's showing out and playing bass.
What about John Entwistle? How do you feel about him?
Thunder.
John who?
John Entwistle.
Exactly.
The bass player of the Who.
Yes.
Oh, the Who. Oh.
Who?
Yeah, the Who? What? Is that a band? No, I'm just kidding. Good. I mean, there's a difference there, man. There's a difference. Have you ever watched that metal show?
Yeah.
Do you see the one with Billy Sheehan?
Yeah.
Okay, and what's he doing there? He's playing lead guitar. He's playing solos. He's not. I mean,
that's kind of
what about
John
Entwistle?
Entwistle did too, though. He wanted to be known as a bass guitarist.
Entwistle's one of the best out there.
I agree. I really, Billy Sheehan has never impressed me, man. Never. I've watched him and listened to him, and he's just a lead guitar player with 4 strings.
From now on, I'm gonna when I'm talking to bands before they come onto the show, I'm gonna be like, don't mention Billy Sheehan.
No, I mean, and I guess maybe that's my thorn in my side right there. That's my kryptonite. You know.
I just gotta say he's hard to get a photo with.
Really?
Yeah, we saw him I saw him like 5 or 10 times at NAMM. And I could not get a photo with him. He always had people around him.
I don't know. I mean, I guess that is my thorn on my side. And not that I don't like him. I mean, he's good at what he does, and he's really, he's unbelievable when it comes to, his music. But I just feel as a bass player, I see it differently. I love that consistency with the drummer, and now I'm playing with Mike Portnoy. Yeah, they keep up with each other. It's just a difference right there for me. I like that foundation, that feeling of, a rhythm section.
He doesn't do a lot of showboating with the Winery Dogs. That's what I'm saying. You need to just go out there, spend $10, get that album. You can probably find it in a pawn shop for like $2.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get off that subject, man. No reason to go on a rant or anything.
Well, let's continue. There's 2 more things we need to ask about, as far as like influences and stuff. The singer, and of course the drums.
Austin, man. Absolutely.
All right.
Austin, man. First of all, you've got a phenomenal voice, and you guys also have the harmonies that are just killing it.
Now, do the 3 of you do the harmonies on stage?
Yeah. Yeah, we all do vocals on stage.
That's awesome.
I love that too, man. I think that's a key part, especially with this type of music. It's one thing that I do lack when it comes to, being a part of a band, because you guys hear my voice right here. Unless you're doing a Crash Test Dummy song, I can't do backups. I sound like I'm gargling with rock salt and do what?
Go ahead and give us a line of Crash Test Dummies.
Once there was this
that's
kid
enough.
who... All right, anyway, that's about the best I can do right there. I might do better in country music because they got some guys that can sing deep like that, but anyway. That's another good thing. You guys all have good singing voices. But Austin, you got the range.
Thank you.
So who are your influences on vocals?
Probably like Sebastian Bach, Axl Rose. Just mostly, singers like that. What's the guy's name from Steelheart?
Oh, Mike Milijanko?
Yeah.
Did you know that he was? Did you know that he was the singer in that?
Steel Dragon.
He was actually yeah.
Yeah. He's actually from Connecticut.
Really?
I'm gonna tell you right now, one of my favorite singers back in that genre, back in that era, was Sebastian Bach. Skid Row, when they came out. Just phenomenal. And their first album was awesome with 18 Life and all that. But Monkey Business, I think that's the best song they ever did right there. Definitely. Oh man, the power of the guitar that they had on that, it was a little bit dirtier, a little deeper, and he had a little more.
The three ballads that were on Slave to the Grind. You had in a Darkened Room, you had Quicksand Jesus, and you had Wasted Time. Those 3 songs right there. When I write a ballad, that's the type of ballad I want to write. I don't want to write some girl, I love you, I wish we could get back together bullshit ballad.
We were walking on the beach one day. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If I'm doing a song about walking on a beach with a girl, then a shark better come out of the water and
take her right leg off, and you have to save her life or something.
Yeah. But still,
I love the whole Jaws experience.
Land shark.
Land shark.
Google it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google land shark. I'm not talking to you, Thunder. I'm talking to our guest.
No, I know. I know what you're talking about anyway. A little inside older joke, and you guys can look it up. Look up land shark. And not the beer.
My influences, personally on guitar was George Lynch. He was my first influence. He was the guy to where I it's just like like Thunder was saying, it's like I want that's what I want to do. It was George Lynch, and then later on down the road, I became influenced by the more progressive types like Queensryche, specifically.
Yeah,
Queensryche.
definitely.
And by as far as vocals is concerned, I'm kind of
Judas Priest.
Yeah, Judas Priest. Michael Sweet from Stryper, Jeff Tate, and Dave Mustaine and James Hetfield, I would say, are my main. If you took all of those people and blended them together, take a little bit off of the vocal range, but not much, that would have been me in my prime.
That's awesome.
And one of these days, I'm going to put one of my songs, and just keep it in the queue here so we can play it. But let's get the drummer's influences, and then we'll take a break with another song.
All right. So when I was younger, the first music I was really listening to a lot was Motley Crue and Metallica. So nice. Lars and Tommy Lee, they really helped form my style. I know a lot of people rip on Lars and stuff, but he was really influential in thrash drumming. And I like him a lot because I like him a lot because he's really grooving. He doesn't do super super technical stuff. I just real solid big sounding drums, which is why I love Lars and Tommy so much, and also Tommy's showmanship, and also John Bonham, and because he started all that. So pretty much just all revolves around just groove for me.
Will, you know how refreshing? Will, between me and you right here. I mean, we're a couple old guys here, man. You guys are young bucks. You guys are still in the game right here. But this is so refreshing for us, man. We're in our 40s. We were actually doing this in that era. I mean, the late 80s, early 90s. I mean, we were you guys. We were in our teens and 20s, and we were playing out. And for you guys to talk about some of the people that we idolized back then. I mean, I loved Metallica back then, and I looked at Lars, and Jason Newsted was one of my influences. My biggest influence was a local guy named Kerry Starr, who was a ridiculous, great bass player. And yes, go ahead, Bill. You can play it if you want to. Ridiculous, 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 ridiculous. Obviously I use that word a little too much because he's got a soundbite for it. But I mean, it's that style of music and those people who really influenced us as well, and to have some young blood that enjoys John Bonham and Jason Newsted, and I mean, just to hear you guys, the music you play, along with you guys saying this is what got us into it, it's really nice and it's refreshing for us to what, it's not dead, it's not going to die with us.
Thank you.
So my old ass might actually be able to get up there. I've actually said repeatedly that I ain't done yet. I've probably got at least one more stint with a band left in me before I call it quits. But I mean, it's just I'm not going to be doing any touring or anything like that. I'm going to get up there, and just play locally or whatever.
It's still fun.
Yeah, it's
that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Exactly. Let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll play this next song here. Which one do you want us to play? We have On the Run. We have Perfect Sin.
It's up to you guys.
Perfect Sin.
Perfect Sin sounds good. That's a good name right there. Let's go ahead and let's jam out the Perfect Sin real quick.
All right. This is Switchblade Serenade on the Will and Thunder Show. We'll be right back. studio audience really loved it. Welcome back.
They love you. They really love you.
That's awesome. There's some awesome guitar work in there, and the vocals on that are just phenomenal.
It's a real treat to have you guys on here, man. I'm really impressed with the music. I'm really impressed with you guys. The production quality is fantastic on it, man.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, our producer, he's awesome.
Yeah, the producer that does not write for Sleaze Roxx.
That's right, the producer that did not write the review. The guy that actually produced the album. Exactly.
So when is you guys? Do you have any new songs ready to record, or is that you guys still working some new tunes out, or what the hell is all that?
We're just kind of loading.
That would be a car door right there.
I didn't hear that.
You guys interrupted rehearsal to be on the show with us tonight?
Yeah.
We love you guys. That's fantastic, man. I'm going to tell you right now, if you guys are as good live as you are on that CD right there, you can take a day off for a minute. Well, you said that you have a show coming up Friday in New York.
Yeah.
I mean, and from Connecticut, I mean, how far is the drive that for you guys? I mean, how long does it take you guys to get where you're going?
Like an hour and a half. We're actually, like, pretty close to New York. We're, like, probably an hour out of New York, and then it takes a little bit more to just get where we're going in the city or whatever.
Well, that's not too bad then, man. I mean, which is that's excellent for you guys right there to be able to do what you guys do in the town you're living at, play around there, get where you're happy with, you know, the show that you're doing, and then to be able to go to a big place like New York like that. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Is that from your door to the club, you know, dealing with all of the New York City traffic, or is that like an hour and a half if there was no traffic?
It's like an hour and a half, no traffic. It can go up to 2 hours sometimes. Depends on what part of New York we're playing.
Yeah, I think a lot of New York traffic isn't that bad, so it all just moves really quick, you know?
Sometimes we would even take the train up, you know. I used to go on the weekends, like, every single weekend or sometimes twice a week to Manhattan just to goof off, so, you know.
That's cool.
We're kind of like a little bit of New York, like, street rats a little bit.
There's nothing wrong with that at all, man. You know, I didn't realize that you guys were that close. You know, I was thinking Connecticut. I didn't even put that together. You know, and I guess that makes sense with your video being right there.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
You guys being up there in New England, I guess that would make you Patriots fans, huh?
You take a left. You take a left.
What?
Wait, what's going on? I'm sorry. I'm giving directions and talking on the phone, and Austin's driving, so.
Who needs a mobile app when we've got Switchblade Serenade?
That's right. You know what? This is the Will and Thunder Show, and we are moving live on location from Interstate what-so-have-you in Connecticut. We got to love it.
Actually, it's like backwoods of Woodbridge, Connecticut right now into a rainstorm.
Nice. Oh, so that car door, that was you guys, not Thunder.
No.
Exactly. I told you that. I told you. Well, you didn't understand. I heard a car door.
Yeah, you might have heard like car door, car start up. You know, us trying to keep the quietness down of trying to pack everything in the car.
It's all good, man.
What I said was you guys being from New England. Does that make you Patriots fans?
No. I'm the exact opposite.
I'm a Patriots fan.
All right, Austin's a Patriots fan.
We're sorry. We're so
I'm
sorry.
New York Jets.
That's even worse. No, we have Patriots.
I was born into a Jets family because, like, when the Jets first came around in the '60s, my grandfather was one of the first people to get season tickets. So, it's like if you're like born into my family, you're like born a Jets fan.
Okay, so
like,
Austin.
I'm not really proud of it most of the time, but like,
okay,
I
is this Luke? Who's a Jet? All right, who's a Jets fan?
Luke.
Luke. Okay, we're not talking to you anymore. And who's a Patriots fan?
Yeah, it's not the first time it's happened to me.
Who's a Patriots fan? Austin?
Austin.
All right, Ed, who do you like?
What?
Who do you like football-wise?
Me, Ed? I used to like the Cowboys, but that was when I was younger, and then I kind of just fell out because I have no more time for anything, and I just have no time.
Okay, that's fine. That's a great answer. Now, Austin and Luke, do you realize where we come from? You don't know where we hail from. I mean, where we're originally from.
We're both from Florida.
We're Florida
Miami
boys.
Dolphins fans. So we've got like a whole.
We love your music, but please don't. Oh my goodness, really? Jets ain't it Patriots? Wow, you guys are killing us.
I mean, we're not like the biggest sports guys, but like if we have to, I guess we're just like, all right, if they win, that's cool. But if not, like whatever. Good. Don't worry about it. All these years, I'm kind of used to losing, so I'm not really affected by it anymore.
And to be honest with you, Switchblade Serenade less of a like TV, NFL, NBA sports people, or motorsports people. We love
right on. Motorcycles.
Oh,
motocross.
Motorcycles, NHRA, motocross. You know, my dad used to work on all the NHRA top drivers, so I that shit's in my blood.
It's like snowing.
Well, all right, now, Will and I grew up together. We've known each other since we were 4, and we're in our 40s now. Now, his dad used to race at a place called New Smyrna Speedway in Florida. and was a fantastic driver and car builder. Now, my buddy right here, have you guys ever heard of a vehicle called the Ford Pinto?
Yeah. But
it was like
I just got to say one thing right now. You're not going to agree with us on this one either. You're talking to a bunch of GM guys. So when we hear
well, no,
Ford,
that's fine. That's fine. No, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, like all different cars, but I'm just talking about the Ford Pinto.
Okay.
Now, Will's dad raced Ford Falcons. This is back in the day. I mean, they don't make those anymore. They don't make the Pintos anymore. The Pinto was like the pre-Ford Escort.
Yeah, I know.
It was like a Geo Metro pretty much.
But
Will, the 1988 Pontiac Le Mans, kind of.
I understand. Will's first car was a Ford Pinto with a Mustang engine in it.
It had a 302.
Oh.
And let me tell you what, it didn't matter what you drove. If you had a Mustang, if you had a Camaro, or whatever, this little, and it was like 6 different colors. The tailgate was a different color. Both quarter panels in the front were different. The hood was orange. It was crazy.
It was calico.
But it was so fast, it was ridiculous. I don't know why he gave him for his first car. But yeah, look, we go around the Orlando area and just race people and just tear people up. In this, it was a sleeper.
And we're getting laughed at. We're getting laughed at intersections. People are like, "Well, look at this piece of shit." And I gun the engine, goes, and then
he would. It would sit down like a dog. If you braked it down and gassed it, it would sit down. Let you see Novas and all that do. It was crazy. He scared me so many times in that car, it was ridiculous. Don't do it.
No, I won't. That was the proper usage of the word.
But yeah, that was the first car.
I got to say, my first car was a 1971 Pontiac Le Mans with a Chevy 350 in it, so I know a little bit about horsepower.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
First car.
I don't know if you would have beat me, honestly, because that weighs a hell of a lot more than my Pinto.
Oh yeah, and the horsepower ratio. And then my first car was a Plymouth Duster.
Oh.
I had a 318, and my second car was a Ford Thunderbird that had a 350 Cleveland in it. And I bought the car for $100, and I sold it back to the guy I bought it from about 6 months later because his BMW he bought broke down on him, and he wanted the car back. I got to use something to drive in. I found out later that I could have sold the engine alone for at least $1,500 because that Cleveland was one of the most popular engines for Ford drivers.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got way off music there.
Yeah,
but
is this Car Talk on NPR?
Yeah.
This is Car Talk on NPR.
Okay, that was disturbing because you went to like a different voice right there that I was not really comfortable with. But anyway.
Well, I'm not. All the people that are on NPR kind of creep me out.
I know. All right, so you guys have a show on Friday in New York City. What's the name of the club you guys are playing at?
Do what?
What's the club you're playing at in New York on Friday?
Wait, what?
I said, what's the name of the club you're playing at in New York City Friday night?
Gussie's over in Queens.
All righty. Gussie's at Queens. What time are you guys going on stage?
8 o'clock. Yeah.
What else you guys got going on after that? Saturday you guys playing?
Saturday at Hard's Corner in Stratford, Connecticut.
One thing that we've never asked, we've had, the other young band that we've had on, you guys are the second one, but the other young band, these guys aren't really going yet. We're just kind of, we have them on every now and then and monitor their progress and everything. But
kind of trying to mentor them and get them going. You guys are already going, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I've been wanting to ask a young band, what's the groupie situation like these days?
Like non-existent.
Oh, man, what's the point?
It's very Europe. Out in Europe, that's where that is. You can ask Austin all about that, but he's kind of driving right now, trying not to fly.
All right, we're driving through an ice storm right now. Which I was right?
Yeah.
All right. But so what was the question, groupies?
Yeah, what's the groupie scene like? What's the groupie situation like for a band of 18 to 21-year-olds that's already got their CD out, that's playing all over the place and kicking ass, taking names and everything? I had to spell it out like that because my wife's looking at me like I'm an idiot.
Well, I mean, around here, especially in Connecticut's kind of a weird state, and not many people, like...
Weird is
a
nice word.
Yeah, I guess weird is kind of a nice term to put it, but, like, honestly, like right now, like, our style of music's really big in, like, Scandinavia, like, Sweden, Finland, all that. And so, really, more of those chicks, I think, are over there. At least that's what I've gathered from social media. But as far as playing shows with chicks and everything, it's usually better in New York and all that. Connecticut kind of sucks on it. But it's still not that good. It's not as good as I think.
All right. Here's a question for real quick, guys. Now, you guys are young still. I mean, you're 18. Two, you guys are 18. One's 21. You guys have been living this life for a while, right?
Yeah, like 3 years now we've been doing this.
Now, in high school, were you guys the same type of people? Did you have the long hair? Did you have to deal with a bunch of idiots? Or, oh, why do you have long hair? You want to be a girl?
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, me and Austin, we're still in high school right now. We people anywhere we go, people look at us weird, but this doesn't faze us at all. We don't really care or anything.
Yeah, and you guys,
good deal, man.
Also, I'm over here every day. I got to put my makeup on. I'm from head to toe tattoos and long hair. So I started getting tattoos way back in high school when I worked at a tattoo shop. So,
well, dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, don't ever change. And I've got a great comeback for anybody who ever messes with you. Right now, when the lead singer of my band and I were in high school, we both had long hair. And this is back in the 80s, and still got busted on for doing it, right? Well, one day, this guy came up to us, and we were sitting there on the second floor of the high school we were at, and this dude looked at him and goes, "What's the matter with you, long hair? Are you some kind of faggot?" And he turned and looked at him and goes, "No, why? You looking for a boyfriend?" Shut him up in a heartbeat.
I mean... Yeah, I've said similar things.
Say again?
It's awesome that you guys are doing what you're doing, man. Stay true to yourself right there, man. You guys are doing the right thing. Your music is awesome, man. It's unbelievable. And I'm telling you guys that you guys have real talent, true talent right there. And I'm glad that you guys at your age could find this music and keep it alive, man. It means a lot to me. And I'm gonna buy your CD.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
I'm gonna shoot you my contact information in an email. If you could send me a few CDs or at least one hard copy so that I can I told you when you guys do that tour I'm gonna get you booked in somewhere in Fayetteville, North Carolina, which is right off of I-90. It's right off of I-95, so you're not gonna be driving out of your way. But I'll shoot you that information in an email. But let's go ahead and... I'm sorry?
It was North Carolina, right?
Yeah, Fayetteville, which is there's two clubs here in town that book touring bands. One of them, it's big and they book the big name acts and everything, but they're actually this club is actually in the ghetto, so not a lot of people go there. Well, they do, but I mean it's not like a local hangout, Like if your favorite band came in concert, you'd go there to see them, but you wouldn't go there to see a local band. Local bands probably wouldn't.
Yeah, that's a lot of places around here are actually.
But there's this other bar. It's right on the strip, right down the road from Fort Bragg, which 82nd Airborne Division. You're talking about a whole bunch of soldiers that love hearing heavy metal. So
nice.
So yeah, I'll be able to get you guys booked in there, no problem.
Cool, man.
But I'll send you my information. You guys can send me a CD and a promo pack and everything, and I'll just keep in touch. Let me know what date, the dates that you are planning the tour and what's available, and I'll get you guys booked.
All right. Thanks, man.
I'm not going to ask for any promotional fees. Just pay for my drinks that night. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No charge, man. I'm just messing with you. Besides that,
well, listen, man. Personally, I'd like to thank you guys for coming on the show. Once again, I'd like to thank you guys for, being a part of this. The music's awesome.
Thank you for having us.
I love the style. I love seeing Fresh Blood coming to what we love, and a lot of people around the United States. They're missing this kind of music. There's a lot of kids out there your age that listen to garbage right now. I mean, I've got kids, and my youngest one will sit there and listen to metal music with me.
There you go.
And you know what? He could be the next you. You could be interviewing him in 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him. I got to get him a guitar and get him rolling and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, do it up.
My boy right here, Will. His daughter is gonna be the next female lead singer of a metal band. She loves metal, man. You got to see her listening to Iron Maiden and Queensryche. But we really appreciate you guys being on the show, man.
Oh,
it's nice to hear.
Thanks for having us and supporting us, man. We really appreciate it.
Well, let's go ahead.
Well, I believe we have one more song.
Yeah, we'll play that song and then we'll come back and wrap it up with you. All right?
All right. Just hold on 1 second. We're listening to the last song we got from you, and we'll talk to you in just a minute.
All right.
This song's called On the Run by Switchblade Serenade right here on the Will and Thunder Show.
Hold me
welcome back to the Will and Thunder Show. That was on the those vocals at the very beginning of the song blew me away. That was awesome.
And the guitar solo. The guitar solo, man. I mean, that's what I'm talking about right there. I mean, that's what I'm saying. If I listen to that song 3 times, I'm singing the guitar solo. Right? That was awesome, man.
See, I don't listen to more than one song. You know, when I'm screening a band, because we asked for 3, and I like to like when I do a review for Sleaze Roxx or for my blog or whatever, I don't I write the review as I'm listening. That way it's all fresh first impression type thing.
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay. I'm sorry, we actually got caught in a random snowstorm somehow. We're trying to climb a mountain.
Well,
guys, once again, we want to thank you for being on the show, man. Thank you for everything. It was great talking with you guys, and maybe we can get back in touch in a month or so.
All right.
All right,
well, good luck in New York, guys.
Yeah, drive safe.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, you guys have a good one. That was Switchblade Serenade. All right.
Will, I really think that we found a gem right there, man. Those guys are really good, man. And, that was their first interview from what you were saying earlier, and they hung right in there, man. They're cool guys, man.
Yeah, they said that they hadn't done a lot of this, a lot, very few interviews or whatever, but they handled it like pros.
They did, man. I'm going to throw a little information out there real quick. It's Switchblade Serenade. The name of the album is Alive at Night. They're a 3-piece, man, and 3 really cool guys, Austin Jaser, Ed Mandeville, and Luke Barone, man. And you guys can find them on YouTube. But if you want to buy their CD, go to their website, get it to them. That way they get the money, man. These are hard-working guys, and they're out and about doing this thing, man.
Yeah, they're. I'm not going to book a band that just sucks. I'm not going to book a band that just a bunch of people banging on instruments and just singing like that or whatever.
Right. No, these guys have talent.
And so to a certain degree, I'm impressed by everybody that we have on. I mean, some more than others, some a lot, some a little bit, whatever. But these guys, I mean, the short time that we've been on the air, I think that this is probably one of the
one of the better bands, one of the best. Yeah.
I mean, I'm really impressed with the 3D in Your Face guys because what they do. I mean, they're for real and they're the real thing. I mean, if they had been around back in the '80s, they would have been as big as Poison or whatever. But
but they're a lot older than these guys right here too.
Exactly.
And these guys, as young as they are, they've got a lot of potential to even bring this kind of music back. And and they didn't say anything.
Potential. They've got a lot more than potential. They're already there.
Well, no. What I'm saying, they had the potential to bring it back. I mean,
yeah.
They obviously have the talent. I mean, they're unbelievable. But I mean, potentially, as I said, they can't speak of anything that's going on right now. But
yeah, well, we know what that.
I'd really like to see music like this regenerate itself.
Well, I mean, I'm going to have them. I'm in the process of putting all the shows on onto the YouTube page, and I'll have this one. I'm going to probably put a few more of the past shows on before I get theirs up. But I mean, it'll be up before next week's show.
I understand. Well, I've got some ideas right now in my head that I need to talk to you about.
Okay, on the air?
No, we'll do it off the air first, and if we can get it worked out, it could be something very big.
Okay, another thing that we can't talk about.
We have to be very, very quiet. It's like hunting wabbits.
Hunting wabbits.
But we'd like to thank anybody who's been on the air listening to us tonight, man. Once again, here comes my allergies. My throat's so dry. But anyway, I once again, I know they're not here, but I'd like to thank them for being on. They're really, really good guests. And it was nice to have you guys around tonight, man. We'll do this again next week.
That's right. I'm Will. That's Thunder, and we're gonna sign off right here. And you guys have a good one.
Basically.
What the hell is that?
I'm sorry. Well.
Welcome to the Will and Thunder Show. Will and Thunder Show. Ridiculous.
Welcome to the Will and Thunder Show.
Basically.
What the hell is that?
I'm sorry. Well.
Welcome to the Will and Thunder Show. Will and Thunder Show. Ridiculous.
Welcome to the Will and Thunder Show.
All right, guys. So, what song we got going on from Switchblade Serenade?
This song's called Alive at Night. These guys are really, really good. I'm excited to talk to them here in a few minutes. And we'll be right back on the Will and Thunder Show with Switchblade Serenade.
Come out to play in the sun. We beat like a
Hi, welcome back to the Will and Thunder Show. This is William Telltale. I got Thunder here with me. That song was badass. What do you think, Thunder?
Yeah, well, that was awesome, man. That was completely awesome, man. That kicked ass, man.
Yeah, that reminded me of stuff that was back, that was awesome back when we were
when we were kids, man. In our ages 17 to 20, right there. That was, oh man, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, we've got one of the guys here. Who we got?
Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
How we doing, man?
Hey, what's up? We got all three of us here.
Hello? Oh, right cool. On, man. All three. Rock on, man. Well, this is a trio right here. You guys started from different bands, from what I understand. I was trying to read a little bit on your bio right there, and guys just kind of found each other, man.
Yeah, we were all in separate bands before we met each other, and it just didn't really work out, which was kind of a good thing for us because now we have this band and we're pretty happy with it.
Well, right on. What are you guys' age group at?
What?
How old are you guys, man? What age group are you?
Ed, how old are you?
21.
I'm 18.
And I'm 18.
Wow, man.
Cool.
You guys are some young guys here, man, but you guys are playing some killer music from back in the day, man. How'd you guys get hooked up with that style of music? You got the Motley Crue and kind of, everything just kind of, yeah, man.
I don't know. Do you want to say Ed or Luke? Well, how did you get introduced to this?
When I was young, I was always around just 80s rock and roll type Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, stuff like that, and that was always my favorite. So I wanted to play that, and that's pretty much how I think we all got into it. Pretty much, it's just exposure at a young age.
That's awesome, man. So the bands that you guys were in before this, did you guys play metal music like this as well?
Yeah, it was kind of more rock, the band I was in, but yeah, I don't know. What about you, Ed?
You gotta ask me. Mine was just a joke. I don't like talking about my old band.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
We're not asking you to talk crap about them. We're just, just what kind of music did they play versus what you're playing now? What do you like playing better?
It was still metal, but it wasn't me. I was just kind of looking for people to jam with at the time.
Yeah.
I got you. Well, the three guys in the band, all right, vocals and guitar, your names, Austin Jaser or Jasser, how do you pronounce that?
Jaser, yeah.
All right, and then on drums, it's Luke Barone, right?
Yes.
And then on bass, Ed, how do you say your last name? Is that Mandevil or Mandevil?
You said it perfect the first time, Mandevil.
You're the Mandevil. That's awesome, man. Love bass players, man. I'm one myself.
Awesome.
Mandevil. That's gotta that deserved a little applause.
Yeah, that's awesome right there, man.
That could have
right
been
on my
the name of the band. That could have been the name of the band, really. Mandevil.
Nah.
Yeah, it'll never happen because they'll never name a band after the bass player, you sorry guitar players.
He does have a point there.
It's always the lead singer or the guitar player who gets the band name after Van Halen. Come get out of here.
What about Winger?
You should be called Jaser.
Winger.
He was a singer. He wasn't a bass player.
He was their bass player.
I understand, but he flew it like a rocket ship toy. He never played the thing. Anyway. Well, guys, welcome to the show, man. And we really love your music, man. It's nice to hear some, fresh blood in the metal scene, having some young guys who want to, get this out there. I mean, that's awesome, man. I saw the video you guys have for your new song off your new album. Man, it's old school, man. It's something that you'd see on old Friday Night Lights or on, MTV. The video was really good, man. It was awesome.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
And we're glad you like it. And we just want to thank you guys for having us.
It's our pleasure. Our pleasure.
Man. That's what we're for. We don't want to. We're not going to turn down